Yo, what's good, fam? Today, we got scary stories with Tom MacDonald. Let's get right into it right after this. It's been a long time, bro. Y'all been requesting this for a very long time. We finally get to do this one. Come on, let's get it.
Welcome to Ghost Stories
Okay.
with yours truly, Tom MacDonald. We're going to have to take a trip in the Wayback Machine for this one.
Let's go.
Because this happened a long time ago.
All right.
The year was 2012. Thankfully, the Mayan calendar was wrong and the much publicized end of the world didn't come. But it still got weird.
All right, let's hear it.
It still got really weird.
Let's
This
hear it, bro.
all started with a music video shoot in the small Canadian town, abandoned Canadian town of Tranquil. But it was
Y'all know what the abandoned building is, bruh. It's abandoned for a reason, man.
wasn't until after this whole ordeal, it wasn't until after everything that I'm about to tell you, it wasn't until after all of that that we found out that Tranquil is actually
Haunted.
one of the most haunted places in North America.
That is crazy.
Let's start from the beginning.
All right,
So there was three of us. There was myself, the music video director, and my producer at the time, Olivier. We all piled into a vehicle on a Friday afternoon and started the long drive to a long forgotten corner of the Canadian Pacific Northwest. We were unknowingly embarking on what would turn out to be one of the most terrifying experiences of all of our lives.
Right.
Aside from a traffic jam on the highway, it was a rather long and uneventful drive.
I hate traffic, bro. Traffic is the worst thing you could get into, bro. Before work, after work, during lunchtime, bro. That's the most annoying thing, bro. Only thing you enjoy traffic if you have a brand new car, bro. That you love to sit in your car all. I mean, I love my car now, but you don't have a brand new car every day. You know what I mean? So traffic is, man. Traffic is a pain, bro. I do not like traffic at all, bro.
As we drew closer and closer to Tranquil, things gradually became more and more desolate. The cars that we were sharing the highway with gradually disappeared. The streetlights gave way to pine trees, and
Became a ghost town?
the tiny communities that just dot the edges of the asphalt were just eventually swallowed up by the suffocating Canadian wilderness. Paved roads turned to gravel, and the gravel roads turned to dirt roads, and the vast forest around us just seemed to entirely close in. And
That is crazy, bro. That is crazy.
when the paved roads turned to gravel roads and the gravel roads turned to dirt roads, that's when we reached the Iron Gates. Our final destination, Tranquil, had been cut off from the rest of the world for quite some time. Essentially, Tranquil was home to Canadians
Let me know in the comments down below if you guys know where this is at.
who had tuberculosis, and at the time tuberculosis was incurable and highly infectious. Sound familiar? They pretty much shipped everyone in Canada who had tuberculosis. They shipped all of those people to Tranquil, this tiny town in the middle of nowhere, and they shipped them there to,
Experience or something?
well, die essentially. Anyway, we didn't know any of that. All we knew was we had to shoot a music video, and this was the perfect place to do it, and we were going to get it done. So there we were in the middle of nowhere. We pulled the car over to the side of the dirt road. We unpacked everything we needed, lights and cameras and bags and outfits and all that stuff, and we cut into the trees to get around the iron gate that was blocking the road, and we were on our way.
That sound crazy, bro.
So after a short hike through the trees, we came up over the top of a hill, and there it was. Just silent
Silent Hill.
and still and forgotten.
That's
There was
crazy.
schools and houses and convenience stores and hospitals and libraries and paint chips just peeling off the outside.
Bro, just imagine, right? Y'all know we in this world right now. Like Center City downtown, is a lot of people everywhere, bro. Just imagine, like, what time experience. You just drive somewhere and then, boom, you hit like a dead end and you hit a ghost town. In his mind, he probably like, I got to do a music video. He wasn't even thinking about these kind of stuff. So I could just imagine, bro. That is crazy. Only ghost town I know is in the movie, bro. You know what I mean? And it's creepy. So just imagine you experiencing this stuff, man. That's crazy.
Of the exteriors of these buildings just flapping in the wind. Just seemed like they were just clinging to a time a little less lonely. We had arrived at Tranquille. So we made our way down the hill and we crossed the train tracks that encircled the town.
That looked crazy, bro.
And there was no signs of life. And when I say no signs of life, I mean nothing. No birds, no coyotes, no bugs, no nothing.
That is crazy, bro. That's like, what you call that, bro? Like, what you call that? Like a laboratory or something, right? Like, you think it will be none of those, but they use that spot for some mystery type stuff, military type stuff. You know what I mean? You never know, bro. That is crazy, man. That no bird, no animal, no nothing, bro. This is scary, man.
Nothing like what you would expect of a town encapsulated in a massive forest in the middle of nowhere. So we made our way towards the 3 dilapidated houses. They were just on the outskirts of town, and they were identical.
Oh yeah, something just popped in my head. Y'all ever see on YouTube? They say, "Oh, that's a town cop." They say the population is like 1,000 or 2,000 people. They know everybody. That's 1,000 and 2,000 people. Imagine this area right here, like that, bro. I can't imagine this right now. The actual house, bro. It look at the grass. I don't even see those streets, no nothing. That is crazy. Turn to dust.
And they sat all in a row. Same paint, same windows, same doors, same front steps.
It look clean.
Each house as perfectly the same as the next. Anyway, as we got closer, you could practically hear these houses moaning from years of being neglected and years without maintenance. It almost felt and sounded like something was stirring around inside them, and to be completely honest, I wasn't entirely sure I wanted to find out what that something was. But it turns out that I didn't have a choice. While I was standing there just sort of lost in thought and just gripped by this almost tangible apprehension about the situation at hand.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, bro. Like, just imagine you in that experiment when there's nobody around. That's got to be the weirdest feeling, weirdest, scariest, emptiness. Like, am I dreaming? You know what I mean? Like, that is crazy. I would never ever wanted to experience this right here, bro. Like, I'm busting a U-turn, bro. Like, we could shoot a video right here in front of the gate, bro.
Something emerged from the middle house. 2 teenage kids, and we stopped dead in our tracks.
Wait, what?
Apprehension about the situation at hand. Something emerged from the middle house. 2 teenage kids, and we stopped dead.
Oh no, bro. Oh no. I would've, sorry cameraman, sorry producer, I gotta roll. I'm dropping everything. I'm out of there, bro.
In our tracks. So it was this boy and this girl, and they sort of like bounced toward us across this like sun-bleached pavement, and their demeanor was weird. So they got close enough to us, and I said to the boy, I said, "What are you guys doing here?" And like I said, their demeanor was strange. Well, maybe strange isn't the right word.
Don't tell me they're gonna talk back.
Their demeanor just did not fit
Human being.
the situation. They were just like smiling and happy, and they seemed like they were excited to see us. And to me, that didn't fit the vibe. So the boy spoke first, and he said, we're just hanging out, just checking out the abandoned town, and we're filming it with this camcorder. And I was like, cool, well, did you see anything weird?
Yeah, like two teenagers. Yeah. Everything is just weird, bro. No, nah.
And he said, nope, not yet. And then the girl just like interjected, and she was like, oh, be careful in the houses. Like, a lot of the floors are rotting, and if you go upstairs, you could fall through.
That is crazy. Look how old it looked, bro.
And it's really friggin' dangerous. I don't really remember much else about that conversation. It was maybe like 3 minutes long, and they darted off in the other direction, and we just continued on our way. So we went into the house that our new friends just emerged from, and the girl wasn't lying. There was a massive hole in the ceiling of the living room where it looked like something on the top floor had fallen through and landed in a giant heap of rubble just sitting on the floor in the living room. It was trippy. So the more we explored, the weirder it got. Like, inside the school, there was 3 inches of dust on the desks, and the day's lessons were still scribbled on the chalkboard. And
That, bro, look at this photos, bro. This the crazy. Oh man.
there was pencils and erasers just littered about all the workstations. And if you picked anything up, you leave a perfect impression of whatever you picked up on the surface that you picked it up off of.
Oh yeah, because it's old. I don't know. It's been sitting there for like I don't know how long.
Like, this stuff literally hadn't been touched in years. After roaming through like half a dozen buildings, we had finally made our decision where we were going to start shooting this music video, and we decided on, of course, the sanatorium. So we were walking down the main street.
Oh my god! And sanatorium is a hospital, right? Because I've been watching a lot of new sanatorium. Yeah, I think it is. It should be. That's the most scariest spot. It happened, right? Come on, bro. That is crazy. Y'all already know I'm terrified of, man. The basement, the attic, the dolls. The fourth one, sanatorium, aka hospital. It's just so creepy, man. Hospital.
Of course, the sanatorium.
Sanatorium.
So we were walking down the main street on our way back to the hospital when I noticed something peculiar. Peculiar?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I cannot pronounce these words, bro.
When I noticed something peculiar. Peculiar? When I noticed something up.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
There's this small white brick building that was just sort of jetting out of the dirt right on the edge of town. And we had a long day of shooting ahead of us, but
I want to know what song they did with this music video, because I want to go check it out, bro. After this, I might do it after this.
Tranquil just felt like it was some sort of portal to like an alternate dimension, and we were just so captured by the mystery of this town that like work came second, and we just wanted to explore. So we took off towards that white building.
Wow, man, they about to get sucked right in there, bro.
So this building was essentially just like a brick box. It was maybe like 10 feet tall by 20 feet long and 20 feet wide. And it had one of those big metal doors on it. It was like like something that you'd see on a government building. It was that light green color, kind of like sun bleached by the sun. It was missing its doorknobs. I walked over, no windows on this thing. Can't see inside. So I walk over to this big green door, and I put my hand inside where the doorknob's supposed to be, and I jerked the door open. So it was dark, and it was not the type of dark that you're familiar with. This wasn't like
pitch black. It's gotta be pitch black because there's no window, no nothing, right?
1 a.m. in my house dark. This was like pitch blackness. But we're here to shoot a music video, right? So we got lights. So I grabbed one of the lights, and I turned that motherfucker on. So when I turn the light on, there's nothing in this room. There's no windows, there's no doors, there's nothing on the walls, there's not even flooring. It's just plain concrete. It's as plain and white on the inside as it was on the outside,
That is
with
crazy.
the exception of one thing:
Dust?
a staircase.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Going down. I'd be lying if I said we weren't scared, because we were freaked the out, man. But here's the thing about
It would be nice, bro. I know they went there for a video shoot, but it'd be crazy if they all had a camera, right? That'd have been nice if they were to record all this right here, bro. Bro, that'd have been crazy.
3 dudes hanging out is none of these dudes is going to admit to any of the other dudes that they're scared, because that's not what dudes do. So we're all terrified, but nobody's going to admit that they're terrified to anybody else.
Yeah, because our egos, bro. Our egos. Just admit it, bro. Like, yeah, I ain't scared. But deep down inside, like, oh, bro. Like, terrified, bro. Just tell the truth, bro. That's the only way, man. Be like, yo, I'm scared. I ain't going in there, bro. Y'all got this. Y'all got this. When I first interact with the teenagers, it'd have been weird for me. But I'd have been like, yo, boys, let's get out of here, man. I don't feel good. I don't like the energy. Before it get late, man. I'd have bounced, bro.
So in the greatest display of masterfully fabricated machismo in the history of mankind, we go down the stairs. We are so deep in denial and so unwilling to admit that we're afraid in front of another man that we forced ourselves to go down a set of stairs into a black hole inside an abandoned town in the middle of nowhere.
That is crazy.
And you know what?
I went down there.
I could barely comprehend what was at the bottom of those stairs. Medical equipment. Everywhere.
Wow. The worst spot, too.
X-ray machines and surgery tables and scalpels and wheelchairs and rolling beds, just everywhere, all covered in dust.
It sounds like it's The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Like a zombie lived there for like decades, bro.
Untouched for years. So there's 3 walls down here, and there's a doorway on each wall. No door, just a doorway. So I shine the light through the first doorway. Long concrete hall.
Oh, look at this, bro. Look how, man. Oh, man. Bro. If you guys from Canada, bro, go to this place and do some Ghost Adventures hunting type stuff. You're going to catch a lot of stuff, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know if I want to go there, bro. That look crazy dangerous, bro. In the middle of nowhere, nobody there. You're gonna catch something, but you gotta go with like 100 people. Even though with 100 people, it's not that much people, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Don't go there. Never mind. Just don't go there.
I shine the light through the second doorway. Long concrete hall. And then I shine the light through the third doorway. You guessed it.
Another hall.
Long concrete hall.
Bro, don't do it. It sounds like it's a maze. It's a trap. Just don't do it. But I don't think in their mind they probably thinking like that. You know what I mean? Like they could get lost in there. It's 3 like, so basically it's 4 hallway. The one they at and the 3 right there. So they gonna be lost in there, bro.
Still neglecting the sheer terror that's permeating every cell in our bodies. We somehow choose a doorway, walk through it, and start our journey into the abyss. And what we found were just more concrete hallways and more wheelchairs and more rolling beds and more hallways and more doorways and more concrete halls. This was a labyrinth of underground concrete halls. And we decided it was a cool place to shoot a scene for a music video, so we started shooting a music video.
That is crazy, bro.
I'm not even exaggerating. We probably had that camera turned on for 30 seconds before we had to turn it off because started getting weird.
Oh, man.
I just remember saying, "Cut the camera." Did you guys hear that? And we all just stood there, just quiet and motionless in the 10-foot section of hallway that our lights would illuminate.
I would have bounced, bro. Hey, Tom, my fault, bro, but I wouldn't have made it all the way that far, bro. Y'all got that one, bro. Y'all got it, man. I'm cool. I'll meet you outside, bro.
And I am not kidding you. Somewhere out there, beyond where our lights could reach,
Something.
footsteps. I remember my producer Olivier just sort of laughing, like, no way.
Sometimes when people get scared, they tend to laugh. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you hear people laugh on a roller coaster, but the whole time they is scared. You know what I mean? So sometimes that's the case, bro.
No way. We just stood there, frozen with fear. We just stood there and we just listened. And we heard voices. Voices somewhere way out there in that maze of concrete hallways, just echoing through everywhere. And I just said, yo, pack up the camera. Let's get the out of here now. As we're packing up to leave, I noticed that just out of our light's reach, I see a door. And it's a big ass metal one. So I squeeze past Olivier and I walk over to the door. It's this giant steel door and it's just flush with the concrete inside this hallway. And I just push it open. It's the basement of a house.
Oh my God, bro. That's the worst. I just named the dolls, the basement, the attic, and the hospital.
Oh, hell no.
Bro.
I just said, yo, shine that light over here. And there's another big metal door 6 feet away. And I walk up to it and I push it open. Basement of a house. And then another door and I push that open and it's a basement of a house. And as we walk out of this labyrinth of concrete hallways, more doors, more basements of more houses.
That is crazy, bro. That sounds like it's a laboratory. I think it's a laboratory. It's a secret laboratory for military, for a hiding spot. It's for something, bro. This is crazy. Nobody would live around these type of places. I don't think so. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I can't say.
So it was at this point that I realized that this wasn't a regular town.
Yeah, it's a special spot.
There was something going on here. Something that required every house in town to be accessible by these underground tunnels that all led to a massive underground medical lab. Needless to say, we needed to shoot this.
It's like what I'm trying to think of that word. It's an experiment spot. There you go. Like, y'all ever watch a movie, right? Like when they do experiment type of stuff, they either go all the way down underground. You know what I mean? It's like it's an experiment lab, bro. It's gotta be, bro. Cause this is crazy.
Music video and get the hell out of there. By the time we found our way out of these underground tunnels and we reached the surface of Tranquille once again, it had gotten dark. And you know what's creepier than an abandoned town in the middle of nowhere with an underground mad scientist lab?
There you go. A scientist lab. A science experiment lab. Yeah, scientist lab. Okay.
In the middle of nowhere with an underground mad scientist lab? A creepy ass abandoned town in the middle of nowhere with an underground mad scientist lab in the dark, son. That being said, the next couple hours went by rather smoothly and we got some cool shots and some cool places. We pretty much got everything we needed and had wrapped up the music video. But this is where the really haunted starts.
They got lost. They couldn't find a spot. They couldn't find that concrete stairs they went back up. That's what I'm thinking right now. What you guys think, man?
We finish the shoot, pack up the gear, hike up the hill, sneak through the trees, go around the Iron Gate, and get back to the car. We've escaped Tranquille. Or so we thought. We load everything into the trunk of the car, and the director says, "Oh, I'm missing one of my lights."
Wow. Fam. Answer 1 or 2 in the comments down below. 1, if you say F the light, I'm out of here. Peace. Or 2, you're going to go back and get your lights. Talk to your boy. Let's go. Let's flood the comments, man. Let's get the YouTube algorithm going, man. Let's get your boy to the 10K so I could do this full time today. All right, let's go.
Load everything
I'm getting carried away.
into the trunk of the car, and the director says, "Oh, I'm missing one of my lights. I'm missing a light." And I'm like, "So what, dude?
Yeah.
That light.
Yeah.
Let's get the out of here."
Yeah.
And the director goes,
No,
"Oh,
man.
well,
it's expensive.
it was a $1,200.
I knew it, bro. I knew it. Nope. I'd have told my guy, like, yo, man, we're going to have to figure a way out. Me and you going to go half or so. I pay half or so. I'm not going back, bro. No. What we just witnessed, and it's dark, and nah. F that light, bro. Nope. Sorry, but nope.
Light." And I said, "I don't give a I'm not going back into the creepy abandoned town in the middle of nowhere with the underground mad scientist lab. I'm not going back."
All right.
And Olivier says,
And guess what? My man Tom got a good heart, and of course he gonna go back. Just like me, bro. I'm talking all that stuff, but if I see my boy, like, oh man, dang. So I'm gonna go back too. Come on, we out. Let's go get that light.
I'm with Tom. I'm not going back either." And the director says, "Somebody has to go back because I need that light. So let's all play rock, paper, scissors for it. And the loser goes back into the town to get the light." Look, I never liked fucking rock, paper, scissors. I hate that.
Nope, buddy. Nope.
When there's something that somebody has to.
It's your responsibility. You're gonna have to deal with that. If it's my responsibility, I would have to deal with that. So no rock, paper, scissors over here, bruh. You going back if you really want it. If not, then we getting out of here. Your choice, buddy. Let me know.
Like fucking rock, paper, scissors. I hate that. When there's something that somebody has to do and it's an undesirable task, everybody's always like, "Let's play rock, paper, scissors." I hate rock, paper, scissors. It's an impossible game to win. I always lose. We agree we'll play rock, paper, scissors. Guess what?
You lost.
I lose. Of course I lose. But I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm acting like a child, and Olivier has always been the more mature of our sort of duo. So he stands up, and he's just sick of listening to us and complain, and he goes, "You know what? I will go back. I'll go back and get the light. Where is it?" And the director says, "It's in the sanatorium." Of course it's in the sanatorium. Where else would it be? Where else would the lost light be than the most haunted possible place in this abandoned town? It wouldn't make any sense for it to be anywhere else. Olivier goes, "Okay, cool. I'll go get the light."
That's crazy, bro. That's a W, homie. But that out of tone, bro. Nah, it's cool. It's cool, man. F that light. Let's go.
And with that, Olivier just turns and walks into the darkness. I turn to the director, and I'm just like,
I'd have cursed him out.
"Dude, give me a flashlight."
Big heart. That's what big heart people do, bro. They can't just let you do that, bro.
You got to understand, Olivier isn't just my producer at this point.
He's
He's my best friend.
Yeah.
And I cannot, in good conscience, let my best friend wander back into an abandoned town
By himself because I was supposed to go back. You know what I mean? So
to get somebody else's light by himself. I just can't do it. So I run to catch up with him. So I reach him and I'm like, "I got us a flashlight." And Olivier turns and looks at me and he doesn't say anything. He just smiles, like a full teeth grin, like one of those smiles that somebody makes when they're terrified or when they're fully aware that they're making
right there.
a very poor decision and they're about to do something really stupid. Through the forest, around the fence, up the hill, down into the valley, we are back in Tranquil. It's pitch black now, and I'm carrying this little rinky-dinky ass flashlight, and we're just navigating through the town, and we're on the way back to the sanatorium. I ask Olivier, Where do you think? Do you have any idea where we put this light, Olivia?
I imagine they went there, the light's not there, and the whole time it was in the car. He just misplaced it. That'd be crazy.
He says, "Yeah, it's in the big main room. I saw him put it down there. I just don't like him, so I was just gonna let him leave it there." and hope that nobody noticed, and we just drive home and we'd have a good chuckle about this later on. So somehow I managed to let out a muffled laugh because it's funny, but at the same time,
It's scary.
it's the reason why I'm standing in an abandoned town in the middle of nowhere with a creepy ass mad scientist underground lab at like 2 a.m. We go up the old wooden stairs and push this giant creaky ass door open and step inside the sanatorium, and we're at the end of this long hallway. And at the end of that,
Look at that, bro. Look at this. Oh my goodness, bro.
long hallway, there's a giant, big, massive open room, and that's where the light is. So we start walking down this hallway, and there's doorways lining this hallway, and they're all the padded rooms that crazy people would hang out in. We get into the big main room, and as we enter this big main room, I shine the flashlight up on the wall, and just like this perfect, massive piece of art up on the wall, it is painted, "Please burn me down."
What the what? Oh no. Leave it alone, bro. Don't think about it, Tom. I know how you is. Don't do it, bro. Just leave it alone, man.
Olivier says, "Oh, there's the light." Walks over, picks the light up, and now that we have this all-important light in our possession, we turn it up, and now that we have this all-important light in our possession, we turn and start walking back down that hallway towards the main door.
Uh-oh.
Now, what?
You could go in easy, but it's hard to come back out. Every single time. Alright, I'm gonna put this as an example. When you walk down the hill, it's so easy. But go ahead, trying to go back up there. Like, it's really hard, bro. That is crazy.
Way towards the main door. Now, what happens next is probably the most horrendous thing that I've ever witnessed in my life. And I'm sure Olivier would say the same thing. In fact, I might actually call him and get his account for this video. But what happens next is the single most horrendous thing that I've ever witnessed in my life. So like I said, the hallway is lined with doors on both sides, right? And they're like holding cells, or they're like padded rooms or something. You know the ones? Yeah, you know the ones. Now, I'm not exactly sure how to explain this. You know that feeling you get when somebody is watching you? Or
Yeah, I get that. That's the feeling I have every time I go to a hospital. Till today, I still have the same exact feeling. Like every time I go in a hospital, bro, I always feel like somebody is behind me looking at me. I just don't feel safe at all in hospital, bro. That's just how I feel. That's exactly what he's talking about right there.
exactly sure how to explain this. You know that feeling you get when somebody is watching you? Or you know when you see something out of the corner of your eye and you quickly turn your head and there's nothing there? Or you feel the hair raise up on the back of your neck like someone's standing behind you, but by the time you spin around to face it, it's gone? Okay, that happened to both of us at the exact same time. Except something was watching us. And that thing in the corner of your eye that you don't expect to see when you look, we saw it. And that thing that you feel behind you when the hair raises up on your neck and you spin around, and when you spin around it's gone, it was there when we spun around. In perfect synchronization, all this shit happened. We turn and shine the flashlight into the padded room next to us. Oh, hell no!
Crazy.
And shine the flashlight into the padded room next to us. And there it is. A shadow standing up from the floor. Not a shadow cast on the floor. A shadow standing up off the floor. It looked just like a person. except it wasn't a person. It was featureless and almost transparent and massive and daunting and rigidly standing there with its arms by its sides. You can't see from where you're at right now, but I have goosebumps all over me.
That is crazy. Crazy. This goosebump thing is real too, bro. Like,
By its sides. You can't see from where you're at right now, but I have goosebumps all over me. And at the same time, we just started to run. And we were so scared, and it was so dark. We were just like two frantic animals running from a predator. It was like some sort of primal survival instinct had taken over, and we were just absolutely frantic, and we were falling over each other and tripping over rubble and tripping over pieces of fallen wall and ladders and all of this stuff that we can't see in the dark. And somehow we made it to the front door. We kicked that mother open and ran out into the middle of the street. And we didn't stop running. We weren't even thinking. We were just moving as fast as we could.
like you running from the police, bro. That is crazy, bro. I can't imagine what they went through like that, man. Especially in a ghost town like that, bro. You hear these stories in the movie type stuff. This is crazy, man. That's one crazy experience right here that he had right here, man. Jeez. Never again though, bro. Telling you, never again. First and last.
As far away from whatever the hell that thing was, as far away as we could get, as fast as we could get there, we were going. And after running for what seemed like a marathon, we just finally stopped, and we almost collapsed on the ground, and we're just spinning our heads like a swivel from side to side, just trying to orient ourselves and gain some sort of information about where we had ran to.
See, if they didn't have to go get that light, they would have been cool. The story would never be heard of. We would have just heard about the ghost town, not the ghost story. You know what I mean? So when they both about to go to the car, they about to lit that man up. The one that lost his light, and these two had to go get it. You know what I mean? That is crazy, bro. I mean, they about to roast them when they get in the car, for sure. I would have gave it to her, bro.
Orient ourselves and gain some sort of information about where we had ran to. And I'm gasping for breath and looking around, and I'd say to Olivier, where are we? And Olivier says,
I don't know.
I don't know. And I picked a flashlight up and I flash it around and I'm looking. And that's when I have another terrifying realization, and I say out loud, dude, we're lost.
Oh my God. That's the worst, bro. Like when there was 3 of them, it was still daylight. When they get lost, yeah, it's cool. But getting lost, 2 of them, and the other guy's not there, and it's really dark, something chasing them. Oh man, that's terrifying right there, bro.
And I mean, we're so scared, and it's so dark, and this town is so big that we've completely lost ourselves in what's transpired here. And I remember Olivier gasping, I think the car's that way. You know, and he just kind of points out with one hand, just totally exhausted. So I turn the flashlight in the direction that he's pointing, and I shit you not, I take one step, and this flashlight flickers twice and dies. We're lost. It's dark.
The worst timing.
We have no flashlight, and there's that thing
They can't even scream either because they out of breath, bruh.
in the sanatorium. I honestly don't remember the next 30 minutes. And I don't remember the next 30 minutes because we were just running on pure adrenaline and racked with fear. But we found our way out. And this time when we crossed those train tracks and went up that hill, before going into that forest, we turned around and we looked down on Tranquil one last time. And guess what? The lights in the sanatorium were on.
What? That is crazy. Don't even think about it to go back, bruh.
So we barreled through the trees and around the iron gate and over to the car. And I remember Olivier opening up the car door, and he's leaning the front seat forward and he's scrambling to try and get into the back seat of the car. And I had just had enough. I remember putting my foot on his ass and just shoving him into the back of the car, standing the seat up, jumped in, slammed the door, and I just said, drive. The director started, oh, what happened? And I said, shut the up and drive.
Right,
So
just go.
we made it back home, mostly unscathed and in one piece. But you know what the craziest part of this whole thing was?
That is crazy, but that experience they had, I mean, this is my first time ever heard about this. But bro, just to think about what they went through with this, that is crazy.
You remember those kids I mentioned at the beginning of the story?
Uh-oh. They helped them?
Well, when I got home, I started Googling Tranquil. And I started researching that abandoned town. And that's when I found out that Tranquil was an abandoned town where people with tuberculosis would go and live out their final days.
Oh, okay.
That's when I found out it was the most haunted place in North America. And that's also when I found out that those underground tunnels were used to remove the dead bodies from their houses without having to wheel corpses through the streets of the town and scare the shit out of all the children and everybody else living there.
That is crazy, bro. I ain't never heard of stuff like this, but bro, that is crazy, bro. Even like, I mean, that's a smart idea, but bro, knowing that it's just, man, this is crazy, bro. When you know, man.
But the scariest thing that I found out was that 10 years prior to our experience in Tranquil, 2 kids went out there ghost hunting.
It was the kid, and it was the girl, the one they saw, right?
And they fell through the floor in one of the houses and died. A boy and a girl.
Bro. Jeez. Bro, that is crazy. That is crazy. Like, from the beginning, it was them 2 boy and little girl. That little boy and little girl. I would have freaked out automatically. I would have bounced. And that light, bro. It's just that light. Oh, my God. If they didn't go back for that light, it'd have been a smooth day. But there wouldn't be no story. You know what I mean? It'd just been a story. Oh, it's a ghost town. You know what I mean? But yeah, fam, what you guys think, man? Put in the comments down below if you made it all the way this far. I know you love this content, so consider yourself subscribing, man. Hit that like button for your boy, and let's help this channel grow. All right, fam? Thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all for watching this with me. I'ma see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Stay out the way. God bless, and peace.